Welcome to my adventure guide for the Dreamhold expedition. This is a replayable adventure that will allow you to farm Dreamhold relics. There are three adventures that allow you to farm relics. Those are the Kasduli expedition for the Kasduli relic, the Flame Tree expedition for the Flame Tree relic, and the Dreamhold expedition, which is this one, for the Dreamhold relic. Additionally, as well as the relic, at the end of each run, you will get one epic poison rune and one epic poison scroll, which is great to upgrade your green spells as well as your green minions. And if you look at my minion inventory, I'm gonna select green, and as you can see, I do have a few green minions thanks to this adventure. So let's select the adventure. Dream Holiday Expedition is going to be running for a total of 4 days. As I said, it's replayable. It has only 4 difficulty settings instead of the standard 5, but that's not really a big difference. And if you look at the map, you will see that it starts right here, and this is the main path that goes from start to finish. But there are on the way 1, 2 here, and 3 side paths that you can also choose to do. So let's select the difficulty. As I said, there are only 4 difficulty levels, but it's really difficulty 1, 2, 3, and 5. The one that is missing is difficulty 4, which is the one between champion and ultimate. So it's not really a big difference. Okay, I'm going to select ultimate difficulty. As usual with replayable adventures, quantity is more important than quality. So my advice is always select a difficulty that you can comfortably do at a relatively fast speed. Don't try to bite more than you can chew. It is better, let's say, for example, that you can do a champion run in 20 minutes and a veteran run in 10 minutes. It is better for you to do 2 veteran runs in 20 minutes than 1 champion run. Okay, so always select lower difficulty if you need to. So because the rewards are going to be better in the end. So let's start. No, ultimate. Okay, let's start the adventure. Now, everything I said at the start of the video is true. However, there are 2 other things in this adventure that are important to consider. The first one is the amount of energy that you get every day, well, that replenishes at the start of every day, as well as at the start of each run. Usually, most adventures, most replayable adventures only give you 4 energy per run. This one gives you 8 free energy for each run, which means that you have to spend less gems on energy, which means that the amount of gems that you get per run is much higher than other adventures. 10 gems will give you 1 energy. So here the game is going to give you 40 additional gems per run for free. The second very important thing about this adventure is this merchant shop. Let's have a look. And here, as you can see, you can buy accessory glyphs for 800 gems each. Each time you visit the shop, you can buy 2 of them. And getting to this merchant will require to go through this optional dungeon because this is a side path. This dungeon requires 2 energy. 2 energy means 20 gems. So the total price for each one of the accessory glyphs, assuming you buy both of them, will be 1,620 or 810 each. You can buy accessory glyphs in the shop every Wednesday for 1,125 gems. So this is a, I think, 27% discount or something like that. So the best way to farm accessory glyphs is with this adventure. But enough waffling, let's start. I have you can select here in the options to skip all the uh, all the conversations. And because I've already played this adventure before, I'm going to skip all these conversations in this video. If it's the first time you play it, you can watch them. So first enemy, we have a wyvern that takes 25% less damage from melee attacks, but 25 more from missile attacks. Not a problem for my build because I use elemental damage, so it's gonna take the full hit. Easy enemy. Next one is an arboleth that regenerates life every time you cast a spell. So if you don't have a strong build, if you cannot deal a lot of damage, he can be pretty tough. But you should have experience with this enemy because you have to kill several in story mode in chapters 14 and 15. So if it's too tough, remember that at any point during the adventure, if you're feeling like the enemies are too tough, you can go here, check the question mark, and lower the difficulty. Now, here we can continue through the main path or defeat this dungeon and get a free gift. Here you can select this one of these two buffs, barrier or haste, or one debuff on the opponent. However, getting to this gift costs 20 energy, 2 energy or 20 gems because you have to defeat this dungeon. In my opinion, it's not worth it, so I'm going to continue through the main path. The next enemy is a snow wolf. Deals 25% bonus to melee damage if there are 5 or more skull gems on the board. So I'm gonna destroy these skulls, but these 3, I cannot affect them. Be careful if you choose high difficulty because that 25% additional damage can be pretty strong, but otherwise shouldn't be a problem. Next enemy is a frost giant. Gains mana when taking ice damage. I do have an ice build, but I'm strong enough that I can kill it. But be careful so you don't fill out his spells and die from them. And next we have a, I don't remember the name for this one. I think it's a basilisk, isn't it? Yeah, the basilisk. Poisonous hide. When taking melee damage, poison and disease the enemy for 2 turns. This can be very, very annoying if you have a melee build. If your physical attacks are melee or missile, depends on the type of weapon you're using. With this axe, these are physical attacks, but because I'm using an elemental build, I don't have a problem with it. But poison will increase the damage you receive by 25%, and disease will decrease the amount of your ultimate spell by 12 every turn. So it can be very, very annoying. Just be careful with this enemy. And this is the point where you have to choose if you want to continue through the main path or if you want to go to the shop, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Take the side path and this dungeon. The first enemy, if armor is greater than 0, regenerate an amount of armor. I'm gonna do this one. Okay. I think I should be good with this. Yeah, he's dead. The second enemy, whatever that thing is, if resistance is greater than 0, regenerate 10% of starting resistance. Is the mirror image of the first enemy. Neither one of them are particularly difficult. And finally, the Aron Alpha as the boss gains 10% of starting armor and resistance every turn. If your build has enough firepower, neither one of these enemies should be a problem. But just make sure that you can dish out enough damage. And we go to the shop. Here you can also buy accessory shards in case you need them. They only cost gold and only 300 gold each, so it's pretty much free. And the accessory glyphs, I'm gonna buy both of them. Now, at this point, as you can see, I have 62,000 gems. My advice, if you're a new player, don't go crazy and spend all your gems here. Save your gems for other stuff. I have a video in my channel about how to spend gems, what things do I prioritize, and these are good, but don't go broke. Okay, save some gems for the what's the name of it? Dawn Circuit Adventure. Save some gems for crafting. Save some gems for other useful stuff. Okay, so we continue the main path against the Treant. I never know how to pronounce this. Reduces all physical damage by 25%. If at full health at start of the turn, cleanse any negative status effects. This can be really annoying if you don't have a strong build. Okay, if you rely on stunning or debuffs in general, make sure that you can deal enough damage to deplete either the armor or the resistance, so he doesn't cleanse all the debuffs. And as usual, the best advice is lower the difficulty if you're having problems with any of these enemies. Okay, we just spent 8 energy, so I'm gonna buy the additional energy. Remember that you can buy this energy 5 on each run, but due to the fact that you get so much energy in this run, you won't have to buy a lot. Okay, next enemy, which is the Fey Rose. Drain 100% health from player for each 2 green gems on the board, adding it to my own. Then create 2 green gems. Not particularly difficult. Annoying, yes, but difficult, no. Here you have the last side path in this adventure. I'm going to go back to the map to show you. So the main path continues south with the last dungeon of the adventure, and the side path goes this way with this optional dungeon and this second merchant. This merchant offers rare relics for gold, epic relics for gems, and Dreamhold relics also for gems. But getting here will cost you 20 gems because you have to spend 2 energy in this optional dungeon. Just like the first side path for the Fae, in my opinion, it is not worth it. So I'm going to go for the last dungeon. The last dungeon is usually a little bit more difficult, and this is a really, really bad start. Okay, let's see if I can make a match. Huh. Okay, this one is interesting. No. Hmm. 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 Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting this. So I'm only going to do this one. So I deny these 3 green mana for him and let him make it easier for me in the next round. Okay, so I got very lucky here, so I can get an easy stunning row. This enemy is immune to poison, and if you are confused, it gains 15% of starting armor. It's annoying if you're playing a green build, but otherwise not difficult. And he's dead. The next one is another Treant, but a mini boss, but it has the same skill that reduces physical damage. The normal one was by 25%, this one is 33%. But the important thing is that if it's at full health at the start of the turn, it will cleanse all negative status effects. Now, I am not sure if I will be able to kill it, so I'm going to do this safety stunning row, and I'm going to use Frostbolt to kill it. So I know I'm going to uh, stun the boss. Oberon's avatar heals for 10% for each negative status effect on the enemy. Okay, not a problem. Now it's going to be stunned. That was a rough start, but the rest is easy. Oh, he didn't die. Okay, now he did. All right. Now, before we finish the adventure, as you can see, I started with 8 energy and I spent 3 additional energy because I purchased 25. So it took me 11 energy to finish the adventure. However, I did spend 2 extra energy here on this side path, which means that a normal run from start to finish will be 9 energy. And because you get 8 for free, on novice difficulty, you will get 40 gems per run. On veteran, 65 gems per run. On champion, 90. And on ultimate, 110. So as you can see, it's very profitable when it comes to gems. And even if you take the side path, it's only 11. You're only spending 30. So really, really cheap. And as I said at the start of the video, 1 epic poison scroll, 1 epic poison rune, and 1 Dreamhold relic, as well as the gems. Also, like all adventures, the experience that you get here is excellent, is not reduced, but is full experience. So it will help you a lot to increase your Citadel level, or your level if you're below level 50. And that is my Dreamhold Expedition adventure video. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.